voice of Indonesia. Hello, Voy listener. Welcome back. And today we're talking about something exciting. Over here, I'm not alone. And the topic today is the Indonesia at the 2025 Asian Winter Games. This global sporting event features the best athletes competing in sports like skiing, snowboarding, and ice skating. While it's usually dominated by countries with winters, tropical nations like Indonesia are stepping up to take part in this event. This is a historic moment because Indonesia will be participating in the 2025 Asian Winter Games in Harbin, China, a major winter sport event leading up to the Winter Olympics. But you might be wondering, how are the preparation right now? And right now, here with me in the special interview of today, I'm here with Mr. Raja Sapta Oktohari. Hello, how are you, sir?
Hi, how are you? Salam olahraga.
Okay, so before we start, I would like to ask you, is the winter and the weather there good for the Indonesian athlete from what you think right now, sir?
We are currently at Harbin, China. Now it's around minus 18 to 20. I think it's still okay because, our athletes, they're quite familiar with the weather because they train not only in Indonesia, but they train all over the world. And also, because this is winter games, so this is what we expected, cold weather.
Okay, so the athletes from Indonesia is also already been adapted to the winter conditions, so it doesn't seem to be much of a problem for the athletes. Is that right, sir?
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is not the first time for them to compete. This is the Asian Winter Games, but before they come here, they already train in several places, certain countries who actually quite similar to this weather. And don't forget that the number that we are competing
similar with this weather, and what is the preparation for the athletes, and how many athletes are competing in all of the event that is happening in the Winter Games 2025?
This is the second winter game that we are participating. Actually, this is the first winter game during my period, and this is my second period of Olympic Committee. This time we have 6 athletes from 2 disciplines, which is short speed skating and dance skating.
So there are 6 athletes from Indonesia, right, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so what is the goal for Indonesia in the 2025 Olympics? Like, how many medals are the Indonesian athletes is trying to take part in this sporting event?
Medals is always the main goal, and every athlete who compete in multi-games or single games, they always aims to get gold medals. But the most important thing is actually participation. That's why Indonesia, as the part of Asian country, must participate, and this is our contribution in our solidarity in Asia. So our participation is the most important.
Okay, so participation is the most important. If they achieve medals and something, of course, it will be also reward for themselves and Indonesia, of course, right, sir?
Of course, yes.
Okay, during this weather in the negative 20 degrees Celsius, am I right?
Yeah, minus 18 actually.
Minus 18. Is there any difficulties during the preparation and also the event that are happening right there?
Of course, a change of weather always become a challenge, but we prepare before we send our athlete here. As you've seen my outfit here,
yes.
This is part of the uniform of the athlete. And proudly, this is made from Indonesia. Also, the boots, the shoes.
Super
So,
cool.
all the equipment, actually, all the uniform, it's made in Indonesia. So, this is a good start for us, actually, not only for the games, but also for the contribution to the sport of winter.
Okay, so during, as you said before, that the main goal is the participation of the athletes. So if the Indonesian athletes can also compete, especially super greatly in this sporting event, can the Indonesian promote this opportunity to promote maybe the Indonesian tourism and share it with the globe around in Indonesia during this event?
Yeah, that actually the main things of participating in every event. They are ambassador, they are representing us, and when we are introducing our products, that we also further we have our own product of winter clothing, winter apparels, winter equipment. So of course, we are only we don't have 4 seasons, we don't have winters. But don't forget, for your information, we have more than 15 ice rinks in Indonesia. So this event that we are participating also the event where we only compete in the ring. So like short speed skating and the figure dancing skating also on the ice rink.
Okay, one more question. So, are there any plans for Indonesia after joining this
we're still looking
super
for all
big event of the winter sport program? Is there any plans with Indonesia to collaborate with other countries, especially in developing winter sports event?
Yes, that's what I want to say. We're still communicating with Indonesian diaspora all over the world because we know we found some athletes, actually potential athletes, can be compete, of course, under the flag of Indonesia, and they are Indonesian. And maybe if we need, we can also do naturalization if they have Indonesian blood. Because, for a training part, it will be difficult for us to train, especially like skiing, all the discipline related to snow. That's why we still maximize our communication to most of Indonesian embassy all over the world to look for potential athletes to compete in winter, either Asian or even world winter games.
Okay, so from what you can see, is there many young promising athletes that compete in the future Winter Olympics?
Yeah, I cannot say no to that because we believe that Indonesia, we are a very big country. We are the fourth biggest population in the world, and we are spread all over the world. And not mentioning the Indonesian diaspora who live anywhere in the part of this world. Even the most coldest place in the world, we still can find Indonesia over there. Even here, we were helped by some Indonesian students in Harbin, and it's really helpful actually for us.
Okay, so final question. What are your hopes for the athletes that are participating in the Asian Winter Games 2025? Is there any hopes that you want to give, and maybe for the future athletes that wants to try and compete in this big super winter sporting event?
Yeah, of course, we always encourage them to compete with their maximum performance. Hopefully, inshallah, if they can get medals, that'll be great. But the most important things, actually, they have to show that they are representing Indonesia. They are here because of Indonesia, and they are our ambassador. They are our ambassador who will carry big names of Indonesia in Asian Winter Games in 2025.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Raja Sapta Oktohari, for making time for this special interview with us in Voice of Indonesia. And Voice listener, by joining the Asian Winter Games, Indonesia is showing that passion and dedication can break boundaries, even the limits of climate, and will push further and, of course, bring the name Indonesia to the worldwide. Thank you so much, Mr. Raja Sapta Oktohari, for joining this special interview. And always stay tuned, and let's hope for the best for the athletes in Indonesia.
Voice of Indonesia, the overseas service of Radio Republic Indonesia, broadcast in 9 language services: English, French, German, Dutch, Spanish, Arabic, Mandarin, Japanese, and Indonesian. Voice of Indonesia is broadcast via shortwave 3325 kHz and 4755 kHz, and via streaming on voinews.id and RRI Digital on mobile application. We present various programs for you: Diplomatic Forum, The Session, Indonesian Wonder, Miscellany, Let's Speak Bahasa Indonesia, Indonesian pop and regional songs, international musical entertainment, as well as news and information about Indonesia and abroad. Voice of Indonesia, from Indonesia to the world.
Voice of Indonesia.